Imagine the desert. What do you see? I bet you're picturing a vast, empty landscape, a sea of sand baking under a relentless, scorching sun. The heat is so intense it can feel like standing in an oven. The air shimmers, the ground is too hot to touch, there's barely a sign of life anywhere. You might see a lizard darting from one sliver of shade to another. It seems like a world completely devoid of animals. But you'd be wrong, you just need to wait. As that fiery sun finally dips below the horizon, a breathtaking transformation begins. The punishing heat starts to fade, replaced by a cool, refreshing breeze. The sky, once a pale, washed-out blue, deep purples, fiery oranges, brilliant reds. This is the signal, the moment the desert has been waiting for. Curtain call for the sun, opening act for a hidden world that thrives in darkness. The real desert is about to wake up. The quiet day becomes a bustling night. The silence is broken by strange and wonderful sounds, a high-pitched yip from a fox, the soft hoot of an owl, the rustle of a scorpion skittering across the sand. So, where do all these animals go when the sun is blazing? They can't just stand out in the open, they'd cook in minutes. They have to find shelter, a refuge from the extreme heat. The desert might look barren, but it's full of secret hiding places if you know where to look. Many animals become master architects, creating their own safe havens right under your feet. They dig. They burrow deep into the sand or soil, creating underground tunnels and chambers. This is an absolutely brilliant strategy for escaping the heat of the day. Down in these burrows, it's a completely different world. Surface temps can soar to over 60 degrees Celsius, or 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Just a foot or two underground, the temperature is much more stable and significantly cooler. It's like having natural air conditioning. These burrows protect them not only from the sun but also from predators that might be prowling during the day, hawks, eagles. Animals like the fennec fox, the kangaroo rat lizard, snakes, insects. Not every animal is a digger though. Some are clever opportunists using the landscape to their advantage. A dark, cool cave, a deep rock crevice, the shady space underneath a dense shrub, the underside of a fallen cactus can be the perfect daytime retreat. The mighty saguaro cactus, an icon of the American Southwest, is like a high-rise apartment building for desert wildlife. When the sun goes down, it gets dark. Really dark. Especially in the desert, far from city lights. For us, it would be incredibly difficult to find our way around, let alone find a meal. But for nocturnal desert animals, this is their element. They have evolved an incredible suite of super senses perfectly tuned for life in the shadows. Their eyes, ears, noses are far more powerful than ours, allowing them to navigate and hunt with astonishing precision. It's like they're wearing military-grade night vision goggles and sound amplifiers. Let's start with hearing. In the dead quiet of the desert night, the slightest sound can travel a huge distance, and nocturnal predators have hearing that is off the charts. Take the fennec fox, with its enormous ears. Those massive ears aren't just for looking cute, they are highly sensitive satellite dishes. They can pick up the faintest sound, tiny footsteps of an insect, a beetle scurrying under the sand. The fox can pinpoint the exact location of its next meal just by listening. Of all the senses, vision is perhaps the one we rely on most. So how do animals cope at night when there's very little light? Many nocturnal creatures have developed incredible night vision. Their eyes are fundamentally different from ours, biological marvels engineered to capture every last photon. One of the most common features you'll see are huge eyes. Think of a desert owl, or a tarsier. Those big eyes aren't just for show. A larger eye means a larger pupil. A wider pupil can open to let in more light, just like the aperture on a camera lens. But it's not just about size. Inside the eye, they have some amazing biological tech. Many nocturnal animals have a much higher concentration of rod cells compared to cone cells. Rods are the photoreceptor cells responsible for vision in low light. Cones are for color vision in bright light. By packing their eyes with rods, they sacrifice vibrant color for the far more useful ability to see in shades of gray in near total darkness. One of the coolest tricks is a reflective layer behind the retina, the tapetum lucidum. This is what causes that spooky eye shine when you shine a torch at a cat or a fox at night. The tapetum lucidum acts like a mirror. Any light that passes through the retina without being absorbed by the rods is bounced back for a second chance. The desert night is a battlefield. For predators, it's a time to hunt. Vast, open desert under moonlight. Profound silence. Stealth is everything. A single clumsy step, a snapped twig, a rustle of feathers can give the game away and send a potential meal scurrying for cover. That's why nocturnal predators are the ultimate masters of the silent hunt. Owls are the undisputed kings of silent flight. Have you ever tried to hear an owl flying overhead? You can't. It's almost impossible. Their flight is noiseless. It's all in their feathers. Leading edge, comb-like serrated structure. It breaks up turbulence as air flows over the wing. Trailing edge, soft, fringe-like texture that dampens sound. This lets them swoop down on prey like a gerbil or a mouse without the victim ever hearing them coming. It's a silent, airborne ambush. On the ground, predators like the kit fox use other tricks. Soft, fur-covered pads on the bottom of their feet. Fur acts as a muffler on the dry, crunchy desert floor that lets them stalk with incredible stealth through shadows. They pair silence with super-sharp hearing, listening for the faintest sound, then launch a lightning-fast pounce. Surviving in the desert isn't just about finding food and avoiding being eaten, it's a constant battle against the elements. The two biggest challenges are the lack of water and the extreme temperatures. Nocturnal animals have developed some truly ingenious ways to conserve every single drop of water and stay cool. Many desert animals, like the kangaroo rat, don't have sweat glands. They also produce incredibly concentrated urine and very dry feces, wringing out every last bit of moisture before it leaves the body. But the kangaroo rat has an even more amazing trick. It can survive its entire life without ever drinking a single drop of water. It gets all the moisture it needs from the seeds it eats through a process called metabolic water production. Its body is a super-efficient factory that turns dry seeds into life-sustaining water. For predators, their prey is often their primary source of water. When a desert fox or a coyote catches a mouse or a rabbit, it's not just getting a meal, it's getting a drink. The body tissues and the blood of their prey are packed with moisture. The fennec fox's massive ears do more than just help it hear. They are also filled with a network of blood vessels close to the surface of the skin. As blood flows through the ears, the heat dissipates into the cooler night air. It's like having a pair of built-in radiators. The night is not always the same, it changes. The biggest factor influencing the darkness of the desert night is the moon. A full moon can illuminate the landscape almost like daylight, while a new moon plunges the desert into profound blackness. And believe it or not, desert animals pay very close attention to the phases of the moon. Their very survival can depend on it. This relationship with the moon, known as a lunar rhythm, dictates when it's safe to be active and when it's better to lay low. It's a celestial dance of risk and reward. For many small prey animals, a bright full moon is bad news. It's dangerous. The moonlight casts sharp shadows and makes it much easier for predators to spot them. On these bright nights, many rodents, kangaroo rats, pocket mice, they might stay closer to their burrows, make shorter trips for food, or not come out at all. They understand that the risk of being seen and caught by an owl or a fox is just too high. They are, in a sense, lunar phobic or afraid of the moon. This behavior creates a fascinating ripple effect through the ecosystem. When the prey animals are hiding because of the full moon, the predators have a harder time finding food. It becomes a much tougher night for them. It's a monthly cycle of feast and famine, all dictated by the light of the moon. In the darkness of the desert night, seeing each other can be difficult, even with excellent night vision. So how do nocturnal animals find a mate, warn others of danger, or defend their territory? They can't rely on visual signals like bright colors or elaborate displays. Instead, they have become masters of non-visual communication. They use a secret language of sounds, scents, vibrations to send messages across the dark landscape. These are the whispers of the desert night. Sound is one of the most effective tools. The cool, still night air carries sound for incredible distances. The yips, the howls of a coyote pack, are a perfect example. These calls are not just random noises, they are complex messages. They can define the boundaries of their territory, call the pack together for a hunt, or locate other family members. Scent marking is another vital form of communication. Some animals, like the banner-tailed kangaroo rat, will drum their feet on the ground in a specific rhythm. This foot drumming can travel through the soil as a seismic signal, warning other kangaroo rats in the area of a predator, like an approaching snake. As the first hint of dawn begins to streak the eastern sky, the desert's nightly spectacle starts to wind down. The chorus of yips, hoots, rustles fades away as the nocturnal animals retreat to their cool, dark shelters. They have successfully hunted, foraged, communicated under the protective cloak of darkness. They have survived another night. As the sun climbs, the heat returns, the desert once again puts on its mask of a barren, empty wasteland. But now we know the truth. We know what's hidden just beneath the surface. The night is not a time of fear or emptiness in the desert. It is the time of life. It is the solution to the deadly problem of the desert day. By becoming nocturnal, these incredible animals have managed to thrive in one of the most extreme environments on Earth. They have turned the challenges of darkness into an advantage, evolving super senses, stealthy hunting techniques, ingenious survival strategies. The darkness provides them with cover from predators and relief from the suffocating heat, allowing them to carve out a living where others would perish. From the fennec fox using its giant ears to listen for beetles under the sand to the kangaroo rat that never needs to drink, every creature is a marvel of evolution. This is their kingdom, and they are its undisputed rulers. And it's happening every single night, all over the world. Absolutely incredible.